How's it going, guys? Got some TCGO. I will be recording in advance. This is going to be against colaman453 or 3 or something like that. Anyways, I have the advantage, surprisingly, and we're both using grass decks. And the reason that comes into play is because, you know, given one series of events, I would have thought that he would have had the advantage, but he's running a different one than me. I don't have a fantastic hand, but I do have 2 basic Pokemon, which is one more than I would have hoped to get, because only getting 1 basic Pokemon on the field, you know, on the first turn really sucks unless it's Cleffa. So, actually, no, even still, that would pretty much suck, especially if he's able to attack. But he gets a Cleffa, he gets a Shelmet, and he gets a Petalil. Now, the only real thing that you got to really remember is that Shelmet has a retreat cost of 3. And for a basic Pokemon, that's terrible, but you have to remember that it evolves into a Celigor. So he's going to use a Great Ball, try to get a Pokemon from there. The only one he ends up getting is Swadloon, which doesn't really benefit him. So what he's probably going to end up doing is just eking for a new hand. And my plan is I'm going to go ahead and catcher out the Shelmet, and then just Professor Oak into a new hand while putting energy on Virizion. This deck has plenty of energy. The one weakness that this deck has that I've actually figured out how to resolve, not because of this guy's game, but because of a game I had earlier today. There's a Tangela that actually pulls electric energies from the deck, similar to how Skarmory does and Mareep and things like that. But it's got a decent amount of health to it. The problem is its retreat cost is a little bit high, but I do run a couple switches in this deck, and it's mainly just good for pulling it out. So if I can get my hands on a couple of those Tangelas, I will definitely add them in. But I see Deerling, and what Deerling does when it's a Sawsbuck is Nature Power does, what is it? It's 20 damage plus 10 more for every grass energy in play. Now, the problem with this is I'm running a grass deck too, and it's for every grass energy in play, which is really stupid. So, my main target is probably going to be to take out that Deerling if possible. And I kind of take a little bit of time looking at that Lilligant because I've never seen that Lilligant before. I've only seen the other one. And what this one does is it has an attack that heals all damage from one bench Pokemon, which is pretty handy, a little circumstantial, but it's not bad. So I don't have any Pecoms in my hand, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and get both of my Sunkern. Now, what I probably should have done is I should have just put down the just the one Sunkern and then waited until I got my Sunflora and then use that to check for my second Sunflora. Because I'm probably getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I don't have my second Sunflora in my deck yet again. That guy just loves hanging out in the prize cards where, you know, I can't get to him, and that's really stupid. But I decided to try draining the Shelmet, you know, just go from there. Now, what I could do as well is I could Junk Arm out, probably, you know, if I get interviews questions and then I get some energies, I can Junk Arm some of those out in order to get a catcher and get that thing back out. But I draw my Sunflora. Now, what I'm going to do is I was going to try to chain it and, you know, get my Sunflora to get my other Sunflora. But, you know, as I mentioned, he's not here, so just going to evolve into a Skiploom, and then I can get Jumpluff next turn. And since I only have the one supporter card in my hand, which is Interviewer's Question, it lets me look for as many energies at the top of my deck as I want, and then just pull them. So I end up getting 4, which is really awesome. You know, it kind of helps that I actually ended up getting some of these. But I'm not going to switch. I don't think I end up switching out. What do I do? I think I Junk Arm, or I just put something down and then just end my turn. Because I don't really know what kind of deck structure he has, but I can't do anything to the Cleffa anyway, so what I could have done right there if I wanted to play a little aggressively is Junk Arm, maybe a switch and an energy, get a catcher. And then if I took out that Deerling with Sacred Sword, my troubles would have been a lot, you know, they would have been over at that point. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't pull into Sawsbuck, or he didn't have it right now, but I think he evolves it in like the next 2 turns or something like that. And it looks like he doesn't, or he's just using Great Ball for the hell of it. I took this match like 2 or 3 days ago, so I'm a little bit foggy on it. But he gets a Crustle with the Great Ball. Now, I don't really know what Crustle does. Turns out it's not really that beneficial, but I take the opportunity here to check out his win-loss record things, or not win-loss, just how many wins he has, and he's got a decent amount. So anyway, he decides to Pecom out for a Swadloon. Now, the fact he's doing that over a Celigor means that he's planning on doing something with the Swadloon. I don't really, or the Leavanny, I don't remember if there's more than one, but Crustle isn't a threat to me right now. It has a lot of it has a lot of HP, but that's about the only thing it has going for it. So the fact that he's done that kind of makes me think that I should probably catcher that thing and take that out as opposed to anything else. So I put an energy on Skiploom, going to evolve it into Jumpluff, and then I'm going to use Sunflora's ability to get a Bayleaf. That way I can get this Meganium out of my hand next turn, and then just Junk Arm the energies out in order to get something else. But as soon as he finishes here, I don't remember. I guess another news while we wait, I've been taking matches with the Steel deck since, thanks to a user by the name of Falling Cacti. I got 3 of the Cobalions that I needed, and that deck moves so fast, and it's so good. I'll probably upload that or Dynamo after this, but I'll show you what's going on. So I decided to use Switch to get Jump Luff, you know, in there without having to discard from Virizion, since I already discarded a lot of energy as is. But I'm going to hit him with a Mass Attack to take that thing out. I don't know why he put a Rocky Helmet, and, you know, he was just so keen on P-Comming that out. Whatever he decided to P-Com for would have been of more value to me to try to take out now. I think what the Leavanny does is its Poke Power is, you know, your grass Pokemon don't have any weaknesses, but a lot of the grass Pokemons have fire weaknesses. Celigor's the tits because he only needs 1 energy to attack, and I forgot what one of his attacks did, but one of them actually does 60 damage. He just can't use it next turn, but that's pretty handy. So he can just do that, and then because he has a 0 retreat cost, he can just get out of there. But there's the Sawsbuck I was talking about, and it does 80 damage because of all the fucking energy I have in play, and I'm just like, oh no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I can bring in Virizion and kill it, but if he has another one, then I really don't know what I'm going to do from here. So I put an energy down on Bayleaf just to kind of have it as that little energy reservoir I was referencing. But I'm kind of looking to see if there's anything else I should be taking out. And I decided to catcher that thing out for some stupid reason. Now, I don't know what I want to catcher out. For some stupid reason, I catcher out this Dwebble, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go into Cleffa and just eke up a new hand. I should have killed off that Sawsbuck while I had the opportunity, but I guess I valued getting another Jump Luff in play more than anything else. But I can use Sunflora to get a Skiploom, and then I can also use Professor Elm's training method to get a Jump Luff or things like that. P-Com things out however I need to, you know, get a second Virizion if I want to. It's my hand is very open to options right now, so... while he's got his Dwebble in here, unless he has a switch, he's going to be stuck in here for a couple of turns. He doesn't have a Meganium going, so he can't transfer energy around. How the Metal deck works, it actually works kind of similar to Meganium in that it has the exact same ability, but just for Steel energies. And I have not used that Shaman once in this deck, so I'm actually thinking about probably trading that out for packs. But I decided to use Professor Elm's training method to get the Jump Left, since I can't really use a Collector anyway. I'm probably going to keep it in my hand to see if I can Junk Arm out for anything. I think the only thing that my decks could probably use more of is Junk Arms, so I will probably require some more of those in the future as well. But in the meantime, I think I just use it, and I figured out that I didn't actually have any Skiplooms. So what I need to do right now is I actually need to kill something off in order to get some prizes going. And I was under the impression I could get another Jump Luff, but I cannot, or not Jump Luff, another Skiploom. And I don't think I have any more rare candies in this deck, which I think I should be running, but it's whatever, since, you know, Sunflower kind of compensates for that. But this hand kind of sucks, thinking about it, because I don't really have any options. I'm kind of hoping I can get another catcher. I don't, and I wake up, but I'm still not threatening unless he has a switch. So right now, still definitely kind of sucking as well. I mean, I can use the Fisherman to get some of the energy back that I discarded from the what was it? I think I discarded with Junk Arm. And maybe a retreat along the way. I should have a couple of things in there, so I think I might end up using that next turn. But he switches out, decides to put an energy on that, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna... What do? I think I check out my discard pile. I have exactly 4, so I'm gonna go ahead and use Fisherman, and then I think I eke it back into my deck. So my deck's looking a little bit thinner than his, but I'm gonna put one on Virizion. And I think I just retreat and just go to take it out, because that'll actually end up hurting Sawsbuck a little bit. So, you know, it gets rid of 10 energy, or 1 energy. And there's the Skiploom I was looking for. Now, I think I only run 2 Skiplooms in this deck. I run 3-2-2. But he brings in Sawsbuck now, which I think can take me out. So, a little bit nasty. And he also has another Deerling going. So, he puts those energies from his discard pile back into his deck. You know, kind of what I did with Fisherman and Eek. No, I didn't eke it up. But he has 100 he has a 100 damage to it, but it's been reduced to 70 thanks to, you know, the fact that he took it out. But I'm not going to put any more energy in play. The reason that I wanted to get Jump Luff instead of Virizion going is, you know, Jump Luff requires less energy, and I'll be in less danger because of that. But for some stupid reason, I just decided to eke out. I think the reason for that was, you know, so I can get catchers going on and things, catcher switches, items, because I can always use Sunflower to get Jump Luff out next turn. And, you know, I can get some better cards in my hand, because this Sawsbuck is just going to ruin my day. But He's using, I think what he's doing is he's using Crystal as an energy reservoir, similar to how I'd be using it with Meganium. But now I can just bring in Skip Bloom, and then I can either use Professor Elm's training method or anything of the sort just to get a jump left. So I can use Professor Elm, I can use PCOM. I just decided to go for PCOM because I can't really do anything else with it at this point. The only thing I could PCOM for is fucking another Virizion or a jump bluff, which is something I think I might have done. The smarter play. Okay, good. I got that. Good. I'm not as stupid as I look. So I can also use Sunflora's ability, which I don't think I've used yet, but it's whatever to me. You know, either or. So Sunflora, might as well Sunflora. So you get that jump bluff. Thank God I have that one, and you know it wasn't in my prize cards as well. Otherwise, I would have been in a little bit of trouble. But I have one catcher, so I can kind of pick what I want to do. And rather than take out the Sawsbuck, I actually decided to take out his Crustle because it has a lot of energy on it. And without it, you know, Sawsbuck isn't really as threatening. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this thing out and take it out with a mass attack as well. Or maybe a leaf. No. I was going to say if I went for a Leaf Guard, then, you know, he would be less inclined to attack me. Or, I don't know. But anyway, in comes Sawsbuck. Now, I'm trying to count how many energies are in play. It's 1, 2, I think 3 on my side. And it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 or something on his side. But I think, okay, so 4 and 4-ish. But what I'm going to do, put another one down in Virizion. And I can definitely take out the Sawsbuck now. So what I decided to do is I decided to use Leaf Trance to get one off of... What am I doing? What the hell am I doing with that thing? Okay, so I get the one off of Meganium and put it on Virizion so I can have as little energy in play as possible. Because I know he has that second Deerling on his bench, and I really don't want to be dealing with that. But might as well just mass attack him. It's a really straightforward game, but it's got some, you know, interesting things here and there. So we're just about tied up on prizes. You know, we were 3 and 3, and he's gonna end up taking this next one with the Celigor or with Lilligant. I think he just decides to bring in Lilligant and use Windmill, which does 30 damage, and it's kind of like a U-turn. So despite how much Wild Chase hates Lilligant, he would probably, or yeah, Lilligant in the Wi-Fi game, you know. He would probably enjoy the card a little bit just because of that. But puts another energy down on it just to be able to do it. Also puts down another Petalil, which would be helping out my jump bluffs if I had any more. So kind of sucks that I lost both of them, but I still got Virizions, and I just really need to be careful around Sawsbuck now as a result. He brings in Maractus, which I don't really know how I'm going to end up handling it. But I decided to put down another Chikorita for some stupid reason, though I only have one Meganium in this deck. Now, there was a guy trading one the other day, but anyway, let's look at Maractus. Constant Rattle will either do 10, 30, or 60 damage. So I figure the best thing I can do here is stock up that extra Virizion, and if he wants to kill it off with the Sawsbuck, then I can bring it in and, you know, just kill him back, you know, get the revenge kill, since it's very back and forth. We're 2 and 2 right now. And things are looking pretty good just in terms of, you know, a very non-gimmicky match. I know you guys have been kind of wanting that stuff. But I got 15 cards in my deck. I didn't check his for whatever reason, but probably end up checking a little bit. Gets a lot of energy thanks to interviewers' questions. I don't know. I just completely blanked. It should be kind of obvious what's going on here. But he's going to go for Constant Rattle. Only pulls the 10 damage one. And as much as I want to revive, there's not really much I can do. I mean, I can use Sunflora to get Bayleaf, but that's it. So, kind of dumb, but I don't want that much energy in play. Just 6 will do, you know, 3 on Virizion, 3 on other Virizion, you know, just so I can get the immediate revenge kill if I need to. But other than that, you know, it's just kind of going. Things are going. So, if you were to pull all 3 with Constant Rattle, I would probably be a little bit concerned, but I would keep draining since the odds of that are a little low. But he actually just decides to put 2 down, retreat, go out to Cleffa, which I think he should have sent out in the first place. I don't know if he had it on his bench at the time, but he wouldn't have had to pay that retreat cost, so whatever. Anyway, he doesn't end up waking up, so just put another energy down. And I use Sunflora's ability just for the hell of it. I was thinking maybe I could pull some healing shenanigans with Shaman, but nothing has any damage counters. It's just like Shaman's just fucking dead weight in this deck. So I'll probably swap out Shaman and maybe a couple of energies for Tangela, as I mentioned earlier. And I have a text message, which I will go ahead and check. Yeah, I'll answer that later. I don't get why my dad. Fuck it. I'll just answer it right now, while you know he's PCOMing out for something. This is a very horrible. This narration just went downhill, but you can kind of tell what's going on anyway. So, yes, he does. It's my dad asking whether or not my cousin has an iPod. Whatever. You know, probably gonna buy him an iTunes card for his birthday, which was I think about a week ago. And mine's coming up, so that should be fantastic. I mean, he already knows I have an iPod too, but oh my god, this narration sucks. Why are you guys watching this at this point still? At least I'm not complaining about how long he's taken. I'm just idling. Like, I don't even know what to say right now. Anyway, I ended up pausing it because he ended up taking a little bit of a long time, but he only, whatever. So, engineer's adjustment to get some more cards. We're running pretty damn thin, and, you know, we're still neck and neck. It's about as intense as it's going to get in terms of grass versus grass. Unless he's running an exact mirror of my deck, which I actually ran into last night, and that was very interesting. In that I fought, what was it? It was Hay Fever versus another Hay Fever, but I think he was the one that was running Tangle in it, which is pretty silly. So he has a Rescue Energy in his hand. I don't know what he's going to do with it. I guess he decides to put it down on a Celigore because he probably has another Shelmet in his hand. But he does 30 damage with Little Gant, decides to switch out to God knows what. Maractus? Okay, Maractus again, whatever. I'm at the point in this narration where I just want it to end because I kind of stopped caring. But I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of energy in my hand. I'm just going to put it down anyways. And I heal off with the Giga Drain. Now, I'm really hoping he doesn't have Sawsbuck. I do not want to deal with another one. But I can deal with another one if I need to. Because he has 2 prizes. If he had 1... then I would have not dared put down that energy. I don't know what I would have done, but turns out he doesn't have it, and it's maybe one of his last 2 prize cards. Now, speaking of prize cards, guess where the fuck that Sunflora was, or is, currently. He's just kind of looking down away from me, like, ashamed that he's right there. But he puts down an energy on a Celigore. Acid Spray does 20 damage and things and reason, and I'm just going to Sacred Sword for the win. So that was pretty cool, stupid Sunflora. Anyways, that is a Hay Fever game. If you guys enjoyed it, you're welcome to leave a like, rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And I also have, you know, I have a couple games backed up with my metal deck, as I also mentioned. And then I also have that Dynamo one from earlier. So depending on what you guys want to see, let me know in the comments. I still have plenty of codes I'll be giving out to a random commenter as well, you know, 2 a pop. And that should do it out of me for Sunday, and I will see you guys tomorrow.